If I'm Bronny, I would tell my dad, just let me play in the G League all season so that I can develop. He needs playing time.
Bronny has not performed well in the summer league or preseason games. The stats, brutal. And now the question is, does this mean he's headed to the G League? This is the first time in NBA history a late second-round pick is getting more hype than the first overall pick. Why? Because this second-round pick is LeBron James's son. Bronny has faced intense scrutiny, more than any player entering the NBA. Some say that his father's legacy, not his talent, got him this far. But now, with disappointing performances, people are wondering, are the Lakers about to send Bronny to the G League this season? To better understand Bronny James' spot in the league, we need to look back at his basketball journey, from Sierra Canyon to USC, and finally to the NBA Summer League. Bronny first caught attention entering his freshman year at Sierra Canyon, but his early stats weren't impressive, just over 4 points per game. And it wasn't easy for him playing alongside future NBA talents like Brandon Boston and Zaire Williams. As a sophomore, a meniscus injury kept him off the court, and even in his junior year, his numbers still didn't scream future NBA star. But everything changed during his senior year. Bronny stepped up into a leadership role and started to shine, averaging 14.2 points, 5.5 rebounds, and leading his team to a 23-11 record. He made the McDonald's All-American game and tied the record for most three-pointers ever made in the event. ESPN even ranked him as the 20th overall player in the class of 2023, and his commitment to USC only fueled the hype. Then came the shock: cardiac arrest during summer workouts. Bronny's recovery was nothing short of remarkable, returning to the court in less than 6 months. But his freshman year stats at USC were underwhelming. Just 4.8 points per game, shooting percentages in the low 30s, and no clear signs of being an NBA-ready player. Scouts were skeptical, and many doubted his future in the league. Despite all this, Bronny was drafted 55th overall by the Lakers, sparking debate about whether his selection was based on his skills or his father's influence. Some believed this was just LeBron's dream of playing with his son coming to life, while others felt Bronny still had potential. But with an unprecedented rookie contract and the Lakers banking on this father-son storyline, the question remains, was it fair? Is Bronny truly ready for the NBA, or was he simply drafted for the narrative? And now, there are already rumors of the Lakers sending him to the G League. Now, and to be fair, Bronny James' college stats don't scream NBA ready, but college alone rarely paints the whole picture. His real test began in the NBA Summer League, a critical stage for young players to prove their worth. This was Bronny's chance to show he belonged, not just as LeBron's son, but as a player in his own right. The anticipation was sky high, but his debut didn't go as planned. Against the Houston Rockets, Bronny struggled, finishing with 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and 3 turnovers. He shot a rough 3 for 14 from the field and missed all 8 of his three-point attempts. And when his second game saw him manage only 2 points on 1 for 5 shooting, the critics were louder than ever. But as the Summer League wore on, Bronny began to find his rhythm. By his third and fourth games, his confidence was showing. He posted 12 points in one game and 13 in the next, shooting a combined 10 for 21 from the field and 3 for 8 from beyond the arc. His shot was falling, and defensively, he became more active with blocks, assists, and steals that showcased his potential as a versatile player. While he didn't dominate the league, the improvement was there, a positive sign for a 55th pick. And the preseason? Well, Bronny's performance here raised even more eyebrows. In 3 preseason games, he averaged just 0.7 points, 1 rebound, 1 block, and 0.3 assists in roughly 12 minutes per game. Not exactly numbers that scream breakout star. Bronny himself admitted he's still working on getting comfortable, telling reporters, "For me, it's just about getting reps, growing my confidence, and being more comfortable out there." But the younger James has done little to dispel the belief held by some, fair or not, that he wouldn't have been an NBA draft pick this offseason if his father wasn't a superstar for the team who selected him. So, will the Lakers trust him with a regular roster spot, or will he be sent to the G League for further development? Given his modest preseason numbers and ongoing struggles, it's possible the Lakers will take the G League route to let Bronny refine his game.
He needs playing time. He doesn't need to be sitting on the Laker bench and not playing. That's not a knock against him. He's just not ready. He needs to develop more, and then he will be ready because he has some great talent and skills, but he needs to develop those skills at a much better clip.
Furthermore, ESPN recently dropped a bombshell. NBA GMs are not sold on Bronny James. The analytics, they don't paint him as an NBA player. The numbers suggest he wouldn't have even sniffed the draft if not for being the son of LeBron. And honestly, that's no surprise. Except if you're the Lakers or the media. They're the only ones hyping him up as NBA material. Take JJ Redick, for example. During the Lakers draft press conference, he defended Bronny, saying, Bronny has earned this right through hard work.
With Bronny, I want to clarify one thing you just said, which is Rob and I did not give Bronny anything. Bronny has earned this.
Really? Redick's been a head coach for all of 5 minutes, and already he's learned how to spin a story. It's almost laughable. But here's the issue. Lying to people's faces when they already know the truth, that's dangerous. It's the kind of narrative that turns fans against Bronny, even though the kid's just trying to find his place. The problem is bigger than Bronny himself. We're talking expectations so high, they're impossible to meet. Is Bronny supposed to be a franchise player? No. He's clearly a role player. But the reality is, being LeBron's son puts a massive target on his back, and LeBron's influence just keeps fueling the fire. It is also reported that Bronny James is expected to suit up for opening night. But let's be honest, the preseason hasn't exactly been kind to him. In 3 games, he's gone 0 for 4 from deep, hit just 1 for 7 from 2-point range, and racked up 5 turnovers with only 1 assist. Add in 3 fouls, 3 blocks, and 3 rebounds. That's the stat line so far, and it's raising some real concerns. Fans were hoping to see a marked improvement in his shooting, especially after he shot a dismal 20% on catch-and-shoot threes at USC last year. And let's not forget, he was only marginally better at the high school level with 30% from beyond the arc. Now, we get it. There's a lot of pressure on him. He's LeBron's son. But if Bronny doesn't play on opening night, it might just be for that iconic father-son moment we've all been anticipating. After that, it's time to get serious. Some are already saying he should head straight to the G League. Why? Because the truth is, based on his preseason performance, Bronny's just not ready for the NBA yet. And that's not to say it's all his fault. He's 20 years old, was picked 55th in the draft, and is fresh off a heart scare from last year. To expect him to step onto the court and dominate like his dad is unrealistic. He's not LeBron. And it's unfair to pretend he's anything other than a player still figuring things out. But what really stings is the narrative around him. People are hoping for a miracle. They want to see Bronny excel on the biggest stage, but the truth is, he's still developing, and the Lakers may have to face reality sooner than later. He's more suited for South Bay, their G League affiliate. Bronny isn't built like the typical NBA star. He's not a towering 6'8" forward with an overwhelming physical presence. He's a 6'2" guard, struggling to find his rhythm against the best of the best, and that's okay, for now. But here's where it gets dicey. Bronny has had trouble getting his shot to fall, whether it was high school, USC, or even now. His shooting mechanics look good, and yes, he's got the athleticism, but so far, it's just not translating into points. We want to root for him. We all do, but being LeBron's son can only carry him so far. So, what's the future for Bronny? Will the Lakers send him to the G League? Will he eventually rise to the occasion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates. This story's only just beginning.